Okay, so what we're going to do is we're not going to talk about plants anymore. I'm very, very happy to hear. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it. We're going to change our understanding. So far, oh yeah, we need to go through this. Don't worry, we will get to that. I'll leave some time at the end. So what we're going to do is have a look at the idea of changing ecosystems. Now, we've already kind of done it a little bit, okay? With the plant experiment that I asked you to do. In theory, it's kind of the same as changing an, oh, sorry, go back. Changing an ecosystem, okay? So what we've done is we've taken a plant. The plant says, well, I need this, and I'm going to grow like this. But when you change it, when you change the abiotic factors or you change something about the ecosystem, you change the way in which that plant then grows. Everything about it has been completely changed because it's not the way it's supposed to work. Now, if you take the idea of what are some ways that you think an ecosystem can change, look at the little video I have here. Same place, but it's taken from a time in which there is a drought. Oh, please don't start drawing on my screen. It's terrible. So what's happened here is that we have too much sunlight. It's too hot. There is not enough rain. As a result, you have what was a lake now turned into a tiny little river. So this is an example of how an ecosystem can change, right? So what happens is that when an abiotic factor such as the temperature or the amount of rain in an area alters, what happens is the ecosystem changes as well. What do you think would happen to this ecosystem? What's going to happen to the animals in this ecosystem? Bill?
They will get less water and die.
Yeah, they may get less water and they may die. Emily, what else do you think is going to change in this ecosystem?
I think that the ecosystem will be dry and then there will be no water for the other people to take water to drink.
There's going to be no water. Pizza, what do you think is going to happen? What else do you think can happen?
The ecosystem, the air in the ecosystem can be polluted, and the animals that can't breathe the air have to move to other places, or they will die.
Yeah, possibly. So, Jasmine, in the picture I have on that screen, do you think the ecosystem is the same? Is it the same ecosystem? Why do you think yes? Let's explore that answer. Why do you think yes? Why do you think yes, the ecosystem is the same?
Because I see that there is still the bridge there. So,
yeah, okay. Yeah, the bridge is still there, okay. Lily, what do you think the ecosystem is the same, yes or no? Do you think the ecosystem is the same in the picture which I've showed?
No.
Why?
Because at first there were many trees and the river is giant, and then when it changed, it turned very dry, while the trees have a little cover a little bit of space.
Okay. Yeah, look, both you and Jasmine, you're both right, okay? You're both right in some way. Now, what I want you to think about is not necessarily about the ecosystem completely changing, but the way in which the animals in this ecosystem have to survive, okay? So if you think about, right, you probably have a lot of fish here. Now, you might not get that much fish, but the bridge is going to stay the same. Anything that lives near or close to the bridge, nothing changes too much possibly about the amount of water. Maybe it gets a little bit hotter. So the way I want you to think about a changing ecosystem is, what's the effect of that change on an ecosystem? In that picture, I've deliberately chose that picture because it can be both sides, right? It can both be yes and no. But there are some ways in which changing the ecosystems can be very bad. So when the abiotic factors of an ecosystem change, then there is a chance that the ecosystem will change as well. So here you have a picture of an iceberg, an ice falling off an ice sheet. Why do you think that happens, Hen? Hen, ooh.
Yes.
Why do you see ice melting?
Because of global warming.
Yeah, global warming, right? Things are getting hotter. Sky, can you think of another example of an ecosystem that changes when an abiotic factor changes?
I don't know.
No? Annie, what do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Hermione, can you think of one?
If the rainforest don't have rain, and all the plants don't have water to grow.
Yeah, that's a good example of rainforest didn't get any rain. Monkey, what's another one?
The desert getting a lot of rain.
The desert getting a lot of rain. Mayang, what do you think happens when the desert gets a lot of rain?
New plants will grow.
Yeah, plants will grow. And what do you think?
What?
Can you give me another example of how an ecosystem will change when an abiotic factor changes?
The forest.
What about the forest?
The plant is now gone. The rainforest will be different.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to introduce some ideas to you, okay? Just to help you try to think about how ecosystems can be completely different is things like, okay, yeah, there we go. Right. So all of you currently have access to the internet, yes? Everyone has something in front of them. I'll give you 1 minute. 1 minute. I want you to go to Google and I want you to search what happens when abiotic factors change in an ecosystem and see what you can find. See what examples you can find about what happens when you change an abiotic factor in an ecosystem. So to help you, if I was to do this, what happened with abiotic factors? Find this, have a look, see if you can find some examples of what happens when abiotic factors change. See what you can see. I'll give you all 60 seconds starting now. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, so Laura. Laura. not answering me. Razor, what information did you find about changing abiotic factors?
Oh,
Did you do the research that I just asked you to do? No. Okay. Elsa, what information did you find? Elsa. Okay. Pencil. What information did you find?
Con mở video lên để cho thầy thấy tại sao con không nói thầy bảo con xem nào. Con tập trung vào đi.
Pencil.
what?
What information did you find?
I just type in the I don't know.
Okay. Dino.
For example, a plant is adapt to low temperature and specific where it lives has a change in its environment. This plant will die, and this area will no longer support life, which is due to the change in biotic factor. It can
Yeah,
also positive
Done. Dino, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Stop. 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 Stop.
organisms.
Dino. Dino. Stop. 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 Dino. 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 Stop, buddy. Stop. The first part was perfect. You didn't need to keep talking about the other parts. The first part's perfect. Have a plant that lives in a specific area, such as a plant that likes water and sunlight. When you give that plant something else, you change the abiotic factor, i.e., you give it salt water or juice, it's not going to grow and it might die. That place can't support it. Changing an ecosystem does that. E, what else? What other information did you find? Something small.
I find that several storms. I thought storms are entirely destructive. They may show some benefits to an ecosystem, such as washing away pollution.
Yeah, so storms can do that as well. Good job. Well done. Ava, what did you find?
If a plant is adapt in low temperature and the specifics are where it lives has a change in its temperature, this plant will die and the area will no longer support life.
You've gotten the same information as, Rosie, what information did you find?
I found that for example, if a plant is adapt to low temperatures and the specific are where it lives has a change in its temperature, this plant will die and this area will know I am the same as
Ava and Dino. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry.
No.
Okay, Jon Snow, did you find anything different? Minnie, what did you find? Mireille, did you find anything different? Tell me what you found now. Yeah, I know, but I want you to speak. Talky, talky. Speaky, speaky. No righty, righty. Yeah, but that means you copied and pasted. You didn't type it. That's my point. I want you to read it, learn it, and type it in your own words. Don't just copy and paste. That's cheating. Monkey, what did you find?
Changes in abiotic, I found out when abiotic factors change, they cause extreme problem for some organisms.
Yes, this is true. Okay, so what I wanted you to all understand is that when you have an abiotic factor change, it changes an ecosystem. Either it changes too much for one organism and that organism dies and then the food chain is completely gone, or maybe there's something devastating like a forest fire. So what I want you to understand is that there are two ways, right? There's natural ways in which Abiotic factors can change, and then there's unnatural ways. Natural ways are things like floods or droughts or hurricanes or typhoons or volcanoes. They change an ecosystem completely. Some of the ways are changed by man, pollution, farming, building. All of these things change an ecosystem in some way. Imagine you looked out your window and you saw Hanoi 100 years ago. Hanoi is not going to be so many buildings as it was then. Hanoi was probably lots of flat land, lots of land for farming and for grass. But now it doesn't have that because there's a lot of buildings. The ecosystem has been changed by men and by man, by our need to have shelter and by us building what we want. So what I want you to do for your homework, I want you to have a look at this question, okay? Ecosystems are changing all the time. Whether an abiotic factor changes or a biotic factor changes, are always moving and evolving. What do the biotic factors need to do in order to survive? So what I want you to do is research this question. What do biotic factors need to do in order to survive in a changing ecosystem, okay? The ecosystem is changing. What do they do to survive? An example would be hibernating, okay? A bear hibernates, right? It's too cold in the winter, so what it does, it goes into its cave and it stays there. It doesn't go anywhere. That's an example of how a bear survives with a changing ecosystem. I want you to do some research into this and give me some examples of some examples of where you can find animals surviving with changing ecosystems, okay? So I'll send you a Google form with that in your homework. I hope you all have a lovely day. I'll see you later. Be good, safe. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.